More breaking updates. DMK files affidavit on CAA in Supreme Court, says it is against Tamil. In fact, says the act is arbitrary as it relates to only three countries, Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh, and is confined to only 6 religions, which is Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi and Christian communities, and expressly excludes Muslims. Furthermore, even while considering religious minority, it keeps Tamils of Indian origin who are presently staying in India as refugees after fleeing from Sri Lanka due to persecution. So DMK going ahead and filing an affidavit on CAA in Supreme Court. We have Dharini on the phone line with us. Dharini, DMK has filed an affidavit on CAA in Supreme Court, says this is completely against Tamil race.
Advocate Wilson has filed this affidavit in the Supreme Court on CAA. So basically, in the affidavit, DMK is telling that the Citizenship Amendment Act is arbitrary as it relates to only 3 countries, that is Pakistan, Afghanistan and Bangladesh, and it is confined to only 6 religions, that is the Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi and Christian communities. And it is also telling that this act, that is the Citizenship Amendment Act, is deliberately excluding Muslims from this list. So this is a very important line where the DMK is underlining its point, telling that the CAA by the Union government is deliberately excluding the Muslim community from its list of communities. And apart from that, they're also telling that, even while considering religious minorities, this act keeps Tamils of Indian origin who are presently staying in India as refugees. For decades now, so many Tamils from Sri Lanka, they have, fled and they've come to, India as, especially to Tamil Nadu to live here. So this act is not even, considering to give a citizenship to them, and this act is still considering them as refugees. So that is what the DMK is, trying to cite. And they've also gone on to tell that this act ignores the reality that for several decades, Tamil refugees settled in Tamil Nadu are deprived of their fundamental rights and other rights due to non-citizenship and non-naturalization.
Right, Dhani. So DMK moving top court over CAA, filing affidavit against CAA. In fact, we have Saravanan of the DMK with us. Mr. Saravanan, DMK has filed this affidavit, says it is against Tamil race and also says it expressly excludes Muslims. So strong opposition by the DMK as far as CAA is concerned. Take us through the details of the plea and what drove you to file this plea.
See, we have opposed this CAA ever since its inception. Our MPs voted against this in the parliament because it tries to destroy the secular fabric of our country. Any law cannot be religion specific. It is a humanitarian law. We are trying to grant citizenship to refugees. You cannot discriminate them based on religion. This is the first objection, which we were taking it earlier. And we have also pointed out, at the time when this bill came, ADMK was in power. They were not, they did not bother about it. And this is, again, discriminatory against the Sri Lankan Tamils. Even within the definition of the CAA, they are Hindus. They were persecuted by the majority in Sri Lanka. And they have been here for the last 30 years. From 1983 until 2010, there are almost around 3 lakh refugees in the state of Tamil Nadu. And this bill totally does not take into consideration their plight. That is the reason why we have opposed this.
All right, Mr. Saravanan, you're saying that this entire CAA destroys secularism and this is based on religion. It is discriminatory against Sri Lankan Tamils is one of the points that you have brought in as far as this plea is concerned. Thank you, Mr. Saravanan, for joining us with your inputs on this. All right, let's go back to Dharini on this. Dharini, we just heard Saravanan right there, of the DMK saying that this is something that they'd been fighting for quite some time now. He says that this entire CAA destroys secularism this is based on religion and nothing else, and that what he has pointed out is that this is discriminatory against Sri Lankan Tamils. So that's one of the points. Besides the Muslim point that has been raised in the plea, it is discriminatory against Tamil race is also something that has been pointed in this particular plea.
Yes, that is very true. In this particular affidavit, the DMK is talking more about the Sri Lankan Tamils than the Muslim community. Of course, they've written here and there about the exclusion of a Muslim community, but this affidavit is mainly talking about the exclusion of Sri Lankan Tamils, because the Citizenship Amendment Act, it says that it is going to, give citizenship to the, religious minorities from the nearby, countries. But, Sri Lanka Tamils, they're also a minority community in the country of Sri Lanka. They are the minority community there. So a lot of people, they were not able to stay there due to a lot of political and economic reasons. And for over 3 decades now, as Saravanan was rightly pointing out, for over 30 years, they've been fleeing to India, the nearby country, and they've been, staying here in several special camps. And some people, they've also established a sort of an economy for themselves here. But still, until this point in time, they haven't been provided with a citizenship. That means that they will not be able to access any kind of fundamental rights or the subsidies that are being provided by various governments here. So that is still a pending problem in the state of Tamil Nadu. The Tamil Nadu government, both DMK and ADMK, irrespective of who is in power, they've been demanding that after some sort of verification, citizenship and should be given to these people, and they should be considered as citizens of India. That's what they demand has been for so many years now. So in this particular affidavit, the DMK is again talking about the same thing. They're telling that this affidavit is, very clearly excluding the Sri Lankan Tamils, from its list of communities, and that is something that the DMK cannot accept. And they are going to, talk about this in the Supreme Court also, as they filed this affidavit now. And we saw Saravanan telling us that this is completely against the Tamil race. So it is becoming more of a Tamil race, a Tamil, exclusion rather than various religion things. So definitely we can expect some heated arguments about this in the Supreme Court from the side of DMK.
Right, certainly heated arguments expected. DMK telling the Supreme Court that CAA destroys the secular fabric, in fact basic fabric of secularism, and also says that CAA is against the Tamil race as it does not bring Tamil refugees within the ambit of the law. Thank you, Dharani, for bringing all those details.